guess what?
What?
This is the whole point of me bringing this article up.
Okay.
And I told him on Twitter, I'm bringing this article up on our show.
Okay. If you feel like calling in, it's 772-49-SMITH.
Oh, I gave him the phone number. I gave him the phone number. I told him what time we're going on. Here's what's next. Nothing.
What?
That's the end of the article. No. I swear, that's it. That's it. He literally just said, this is what I think of Trump, and this is why he's... The title of the article was, this is why he's so dangerous for America. I'm waiting. Can you name one thing that makes him dangerous? His only point.
His point is that the Trump supporters that blindly support him make Trump dangerous.
Well, I think what his point, and that's close, his main point was Obama's a dangerous president. Okay. We saw how he got elected. Right. We saw his Obama supporters. This is the same thing. And now we're going to have another dangerous guy in there. He's ignoring the fact that Obama was a left-leaning communist. He's a red diaper baby. Right. If you really know anything about Obama and you really know anything about communism and what it means and to be communist and to be a president, a leader of a country that has communist views, you know why he's dangerous.
Correct.
I'm not hearing the case for what about Trump would make him dangerous for America. Is he a communist? Is he trying to say... I mean, I'm waiting for him to say, well, Trump's a communist too. But he's at the very minimum, he's right of center. Minimum!
Well, it's an impossibility for him to be a communist. I would classify him as a capitalist.
There you go.
Which is the opposite of communist.
Right. And some have made the argument, and this is getting away from the article here, but some have made the argument that he became rich because he abused the system, that there's corruption with the government officials. He was paying Hillary Clinton for her campaign and other Democrats, which makes him a Democrat.
Hold on, the amount of money that he had donated to the Clintons, it's less than $5,000.
Well, so your point is that he didn't break any laws.
No, of course not.
Now here's the facts that you need to know about Trump. Number one, he didn't break any laws. There's not a single law that he's ever broken.
And if he has, then that law would be, then that whole thing would be brought up.
Now some may argue, well, he's hired illegal aliens. But the problem with that is every business person knows that law has ceased to be enforced.
Well, not only has it ceased to be enforced, but in the place that they're talking about, it's a seasonal job. It's only half the year. The town that it's in, the town literally is just vehemently against working there because it's seasonal. They've offered it to many people, seasonal jobs. And Trump's butler said that Trump will walk the grounds. He loves the workers. They do a great job. He'll walk the grounds and then pull out $100 bill and give it to Sanchez or whoever. There's Cubans, there's Mexicans, there's all kinds of foreign workers that come over. There's an Irish guy that works on the ground. Scots, turf builder.
Wait, whoa. Scots is Scottish.
Oh,
that is racist.
They're all the same place.
If they weren't white, that would be racist. If I call a Chinese person Korean, that's racist.
You just slipped on some awesome sauce.
If I call a Chinese person Korean or Korean, this is common, a Korean person, he says the Chinese person. Oh, that's racist. But if you call Irish person Scottish, they're both whites. There's no racism.
Well, not only that, but they kind of live in the same area, don't they?
Korea and China are right there.
They're pretty close.
North Korea shares a border with China.
It's tough for me sometimes. I will have to ask them. So where are you from? I'm from Cambodia.
Can't you tell? They pointing at their face.
I ain't here for 4 hours. You stole America. How you not know?
Oh, we are getting shut down. FCC is ringing. Oh, they're pounding the door down.
So Trump has this guy who's, I thought he was Irish, but I brought in the commercial, the Scots turf builder.
Okay.
So he was an Irish guy, but he's there to help keep the grounds. So Irish people know about grass too.
Oh, okay.
So, and Scots from Scotland, he's selling his.
So when you went up to the Irish guy, did he say, "Oh, I know you know about lawns"? Oh, yeah. Do I look Scottish to you?
No, but you know how to take care of this grass, don't you? I'm sure you do. Just keep up the good work, buddy. Here's 100.
Oh,
keep it rolling.
Is that like going up to a Filipino person and saying, "Oh, you're good at math"? You solve this. Oh,
did you say Filipino good at math?
Well, you're mistaking him for a Chinese person. Oh, I gotta explain this stuff to Brian. I'm sorry for all you listeners out there who followed that one.
Walking up to a Mexican and say, "Oh man, I bet you know how to roll a good cigar."
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean Cuban? Oh, you're not Cuban?
Oh yeah. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. So anyway,
now that we've rubbed awesome sauce all over the show,
the train has come off the track and into the weeds.
Yeah. Yes.
So anyway,
sweetly had. So let me play this. This clip.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is a woman, a female contestant on the Apprentice show, and she was on CNN with Wolf Blitzer, and he asked her about Trump.
You've known him for several years, and you've gotten to know him a lot better, obviously, than most of us. I guess the accusations from Mitt Romney, racism, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, vulgarity, threats of violence. Have you seen any of that in all of the encounters that you personally have had with Donald Trump?
I have known Donald Trump for 13 years, and I can tell you I have not. Donald Trump is a very kind person. He has a really good heart. I spent time with him and his children and his family, and you can look at his family and see how close-knit they are and how wonderful they are. To know that this is not a man who is being painted out by Mitt Romney to be this monster. Mitt Romney is just a coward. And now he's standing on the side throwing rocks at Donald Trump's motorcades as it's going by. It's not going to work. It's not going to stop this movement that we have going.
So, and all that music in the background, obviously. Well, why do they do that?
Well, because when
annoying.
Basically, what you were listening to was you were hearing her interview, her answer, and in the background, this is CNN.
A Trump rally.
In the background, they were showing a Trump rally, and you could hear the music from the Trump rally.
Play the Trump rally. That's fine. Play Trump coming up, but cut that sound out, CNN.
Whatever. Yeah.
Because it's overshot. Anyways, so she's absolutely 100% correct that look at his family. I got to see his family, and I got to see his friends. I got to see the cars they drove. Wow. Anyways, his family is a very tight-knit family. I mean, look at the Hilton family. I mean, look at Paris. Look how far she's come off the rails. I mean, there's no sex scandal.
Being a parent myself, and I'm sure this is a huge insult to a lot of people, but I mean, when I see, you can kind of judge a person by how their kids kind of end up.
I would think so. I mean, if you can definitely say something about that person. You say, oh, well, that guy could care less about his kids.
Well, there's that, and also when the kids are misbehaving, really bad. And
when you're out in public and you have no control over them and they run wild and they don't.
Well, my favorite is when they beat the ever living hell out of them in public
to show everybody.
Well, I learned right, but that's they do it to show everybody, because what I found, and I found this amazing. This is some insight for you people, because I don't think a lot of people get this chance. But I went to an out-of-town event with a family whose kids are just incorrigible. They're just really, really out of control.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, I don't know if I'd be able to handle having kids that were so out of control. And constantly they would just be beating the heck out of these kids in public in front of me, right?
Okay.
So I thought, well, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, these kids are terrible.
Somehow got to straighten them out.
Right. And so they're straightening them out in front of me in public, right? So I go on a trip with them. And I was like, yeah, I'll give you some gas money, and, you got an extra seat. I'll sit with you. So they got the kids in the back. They got the dad in one of the seats, and I'm in one of the seats. And the kids start getting out of control. And the dad starts acting like he's one of the kids. And one of his kids mouthed off to him, and he reacted at the same way you would if you were in high school and somebody tried to bully on you, and you try to go over the top with them.
No!
Yeah, it was like children. They were all children.
No!
So in public, it's like, what? Here's the thing. Those kids, when they get beat in public, it's a shock to them. They're not getting beat at home. They're getting treated like their parents are one of the kids.
I saw that coming. And I'm just saying, just because I'm a parent, where you were going with that story, I was trying to predict it, and that was the prediction.
I don't let my child disrespect me when it's just me and her at home. And, they're always testing the boundaries. They'll say something that they think they're allowed to say, or they'll do something to you personally that they think that might not be allowed.
Right.
Or that they don't know is not allowed.
Right.
And so I immediately correct them and say, you don't do that.
Oh,
You do not do that. And sure enough, they're perfect angels out in public.
The one thing that I learned from my mom, and it was only one thing. No, it was jokes, but one thing that I do carry with me that I did pick up from her is that she made comment that, yeah, the kids are kind of crazy and run a little wild when they're at home, but they know. When we're in public, they know. And that comes from, she may have said we ran wild at home, but we got, we got raised properly, if you will.
You got beat.
Especially if you did something. If you did something wrong, I mean, very wrong, really wrong, it didn't fly. She even said, and my mother was raised by the greatest generation. She is a baby boomer. And she said that when she was out in public and her father would give her that eye, or her mother would give her that look, instantly, her and her brother would just count down, oh, Lord, it's going down when we get home.
Right, so they're getting disciplined properly at home.
And they never got beat like that in public. There's no reason for that.
It kind of reminds me of coaching wrestling. The coaches that are screaming and going nuts in the corner during a match, I believe, and I think that there's some truth to this, that they're not doing coaching the right way in the mat room. And you see some of the greatest coaches, I shouldn't say greatest, the greatest teams. The greatest teams with the greatest kids that are just doing great. Coach is sitting there, three-piece suit in the corner, dead silent, not even saying a word. Maybe a nod, maybe some hand gesture or something like that, and then just no screaming.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Bobby Knight throws a chair.
Oh, well, we're talking about wrestling, not basketball. But anyway,
you're saying coaches.
Yeah, well,
Bobby Knight,
Coach Roach at Oak Hills.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When I first saw him coach, I was shocked. All the other coaches are jumping up and down and screaming, and they're losing their voices.
He
would sit there dead silent. But when you talk to the kids about how he coaches in the mat room,
it's insane.
You don't want to admit. And you wrestled for him, didn't you?
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, you're a firsthand testament to.
No, it was amazing how controlled he was in public. Like during the match,
he would sit there dead silent, win or lose. He'd just stay silent. And the point is that the coaching happened in the mat room.
Right. There's no more time for that.
If you're coaching on the sidelines in a wrestling match, you didn't do enough coaching in the mat room.
Right.
So anyway, that's my point. And so, but the point, okay, let's go bring it all the way back.
Yep.
Bring it all the way back.
Yep.
What does it say about Trump to have such successful, well-behaved children compared to like your Paris Hiltons and your Kardashians and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's got a daughter. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about somebody else. Here's a guy who has a daughter who is out on the internet with a sex tape, and I'm talking hardcore XXX sex tape. Now he's having a chopodictomy.